Hello students, so JEE Advanced 2025 paper is over. In fact, few minutes back the paper is live on the official website of JEE Advanced 2025. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go through this paper. We'll see how we could have attempted the paper and like how to get answer quick. We'll also look into the hints and solution for the paper 1. Uh, so students, we can see on the screen the paper 1 from the official website. So let's start out with the questions. So let's look at the first question. So the first question, it is mentioned that we have the AI and BI, they all belongs to the integer 1, 2, 3. And it's also given that f is from R to R, G is from R to R, H is from R to R. F of x given as this function, that is a1 plus 10x plus a2x square plus a3x cube and x power 4. G of x is b1, 3x, b2x square, b3x cube, x power 4. And h of x is f of x plus 1 minus g of x plus 2. So we have all this over here. Now it's given that f of x is not equal to g of x for every x. Alright, so guys, it's very important that you read properly over here. We have discussed many times, it's very important that you read the question properly, pakka. That means effectively we are trying to say f of x can never be equal to g of x. Or basically there is no solution for this equation because they are never equal. Now the question is we have to find out the coefficient of x cube in h of x. Now in this question we can clearly see that x cube term will not be contributed by these ones. Why? Because x cube only starts from these ones. So I can directly say that what will be the h of x? I'll erase this one. Okay, so h of x will be, now I'm just writing f of x plus 1, but I'm just neglecting this because just pure time waste to write it down. So I will write h of x will be a3x plus 1 whole cube plus x plus 1 whole power 4 minus b3x plus 2 whole cube plus x plus 2 whole power 4. Again students, I'm telling you this is the way, what we are trying to convey in this video is how you need to do this question in the exam. Alright, so yes, I could have written all of that, but it's of no use. It's not going to give me any answer. Now if I simplify this, let's focus only on the x cube because that's what been asked over here. So x cube term, if we talk about from here, it will come out to be as a3. From here it will come out to be as 4x cube, or basically 4 will be the coefficient. Here it will be minus b3, and over here we will get it as 4 into 2, that's 8. So the coefficient will come out to be as a3 plus 4 minus b3 minus 8, like it's minus of the whole thing. So we'll get it as a3 minus b3 minus 8. Now it is already given that this belongs to only these integers. That means let's try to find out max and min value of a3 minus b3. So a3 minus b3 will take max to min value between 2 to minus 2. Like it will be 2 when this is 3 and this is 1. It will be minus 2 when this is 1 and this is 3. So this thing will take values between 2 to minus 2. That means I can say for sure that my answer have to lie between okay, wait a second students, I think I did a mistake over here. This will be minus 4 because we have a 4 over there. Alright, so it will lie from minus 2 minus 4, that is minus 6, or plus 2 minus 4, which is minus 2. So my answer have to lie between minus 2 to minus 6. Now let's see, it's a single correct question, so 8 and 2 are early out of the option. Now we have to check whether it will be minus 4 or minus 6. Now it will be minus 6 in this extreme case when this one, when a3 have to be 1 and this one have to be 3. So it will be in this case. Now apart from that, we can also get a minus 4 as well when they are equal. Now let's say if I want to do this real quick, so I know that my answer will be minus 6 only when a3 is coming out to be 1 and this is coming out to be 3. Now here I can see somewhere it is of the higher value, this is of the lower value. So if let's say remaining all are equal, there are chances that this might come out to be equal. But let's take a hypothetical case Let's assume a1 b1 are equal, a2 b2 are equal, a3 b3 are equal, which is highly possible because 10x and 3x can never be equal in that case. So this two will be not be equal, maybe except 0. So now that we can see that these two are not equal, so in that case we can easily eliminate the options and get our answer. Alright, moving on to the next one. So it's been given that we have 3 students, S1, S2, S3. They are solving a question, probability event. Okay, now I can see we have 3 students. It's a probability based question. So over here, the best way for us to approach will be to draw Venn diagrams. It gives clarity. Let's say this is S1, this is S2, and the last one is S3. Okay, let us draw it back again. Okay, let us put all the regions. This is region 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. So let's say, okay, these are the different regions. Okay, I think better we use letters because so that you do not get confused with the numbers. So we will use letters. So let's say that this is region A, this is region B, this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F, and this is G. Now it's given that U means at least one of them solve the problem. That means we are talking about the entire union. Entire union means A plus B plus C so on up to F. V is S1 can solve the problem given that neither S2 nor S3 solve the problem. So if S1 solve the problem, basically it's probability of S1 given, we can say that S2 complement intersection S3 complement. So that is what we have to find out. So this will be probability of S1 intersection. Using De Morgan's law, I can write it as S2 union S3 whole complement divided by probability of S2 union S3 whole complement. Now this is what we will get. Similarly, W is when S2 can solve the problem and S3 cannot solve the problem. So if I say that this is S1, this is S2, this is S3, so that will be this region, that is B plus C. So we are saying that B plus C. So this third will be B plus C. Now let's look at the question. The question says that, okay, so P of U is half, P of W, so this value is B plus C, and this value is given as 10. Okay, so we can now start putting the values and we'll see what we will get. Now what will be S1 intersection S2 union S3 whole complement? So we want that neither S2 or S3 should be there. So this part is gone. It will be just A. So if I have to put the values, we will get it as A upon, now coming to the S2 union S3. So S2 union S3 will be everything except A. Now total is half. So this will be half minus A, and I will do 1 minus this. Why we are doing 1 minus this? Because it's a complement. That will be total minus this union. Now this value is given as 1 by 10. So B plus C. Okay, we have been given the value of B plus C also. All right. And we have been given, okay, from here we can directly say what will be B plus C. B plus C is 1 by 12. So what we are going to get it as? We are going to get it as A upon 1 minus 1 by 2 minus A. This value is given as 1 by 10, and we know B plus C is 1 by 12. Now we have to find out the probability for T. T means S3 can solve it, and now S3 can solve it means it will be everything. It will be everything except ABC. So if that will be 1 or half minus A plus B plus C. B plus C we already know it's 1 by 12, so it will be half minus 1 by 12. I need to just find out what will be the A. So over here we can just simplify it. I'll get A upon half minus A will be 1 by 10. If we cross multiply, we'll get 10A will be equal to, okay, this will become plus. I'll get 1 by 2 plus A, so it will be 1 by 18. So if we simplify this, we are going to get it as, I think, 13 by 36. Yeah. So this is what we could have done in second one. So using Venn diagram, we could have proceeded with this one. Let's come to the third question. The third question talks about let R denote sets of all real numbers defined like this, f of x is this. Oh, this is a very classical question. This is something we have discussed in our classes at least 10 times. So it's a very standard example that x square into sine 1 by x will be both continuous and differentiable. We take this example or at least 3-4 times whenever we will learn continuity and differentiability. We prove its differentiability using the first principle. So anyhow, we know that this value goes to 0 at 0, whether it's derivative or the value of function. So total thing will go towards the 2. So we can say it's a continuous function. Now as for the differentiability, we already know that this derivative will go towards 0. At 0, this will also go towards 0. So it will be differentiable. So option 1 is out of the picture. Now we have to check what kind of function it will be. Now we can clearly see that if x is a little bit positive, all this will be positive, so we are decreasing values. So around 2 in the positive part, it will decrease. Now what is the second option? The function is a positive delta f of x decreasing function. Okay, directly we can say option B. We could have also seen for the other options, it cannot be local minima. We can clearly see that it's going down for option D, and we are saying that f of x is not an increasing function. We can clearly see it about that. It will be an increasing function because I can say approximately that this will be a smaller value because sine 1 by x will definitely lie between -1 to 1. So it will basically reduce the mod part of x square. So this will play a more dominant role because at negative x, this will remain, x square remain positive, but this thing will be negative will be positive. So we'll get it from over there. Let's move on to the fourth question. We have been given this matrix. Okay, we are saying it's kind of an orthogonal matrix with the commutative law. All right, so we can just assume let's say q. Okay, anyhow, we have already seen that for an orthogonal matrix with integer entries invertible, there will be 48 possibilities. But anyhow, coming to this one, if we talk about the matrix we have, let's assume q is a b c d e f and x y z. So if we take its product we can clearly see, because because this is nice, we got a diagonal matrix, so we can just directly multiply. We'll get it 2a, next this into this will be 2b, next this into this will be 2c. So if you write it down, you'll see 2a, 2b, 2c. Similarly, for the next one, if we do it, it will be this into this, that will be 2d, 2e, 2f. And similarly, for the last one, it will be this into this, this into this, this into this. So we'll get it as 3x, 3y, 3z. Now we can also find out QP. That is, if I pre-multiply means if I multiply it as a, b, c, d, e, f, x, y, z. Alright, so if we try multiplying this, diagonal elements will remain same. Obviously, the first element will be 2a. Let us use a different color. So in this case, now I'll get a 2a. When you multiply this with this, we can clearly see that we are getting a 2b. So if we multiply in this way, we are getting a 2b. But when I multiply this with this, I'll get a 3c. In a similar fashion, we can keep on doing it. When we multiply this with this, we'll get a 2d. If we multiply this with this, we'll get a 2e. Diagonal elements anyhow, nothing to worry about. And if we multiply this with this, we'll get it a 3f. Okay, similarly, if we do it over here, you'll get a 2x. This into this will be a 2y. And we are getting a 3z. Now, the important thing to notice over here is that I can clearly see f have to be 0, y have to be 0, because 2f equal to 3f, f is 0, 2c equal to 3c, c is 0, this is 0, x is 0. So you can easily get it we can reduce the possibilities over here. And anyhow, it being an orthogonal matrix, we know that the the det of this value should be 1. So I think with that we can directly say answer will be 16. Okay, because the entries are integers. Moving on to the next one. It's given that L1 be the line of intersection of these two planes. Alright, so we can easily find out the direction of the line by taking the cross of the normal. So it will be I, J, K, and then we'll get a 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, and 1. So we know, guys, the coefficients are the direction of the normal. In fact, I think all of you might have done plenty of these questions. So yeah, coming to the direction, we can clearly see it will be I cap, then we'll get minus j cap, then we'll get k cap. So this is the direction of the line L1. We are saying that L2 is the line passing through this, so we can easily write on the equation of L2. The equation of L2 will be x minus 2 by 1 equal to y plus 1 by minus 1 equal to z minus 3 by 1. This will be L2. Now M denotes the plane given by, okay, this plane we already know. Now we are saying suppose L2 meets the plane M at Q. Alright, L2 meets plane M at Q. Let R be the foot of perpendicular drawn from P to plane M. Alright, we'll draw the figure a little bit differently so that it looks better. Okay, let's say this is what we are getting. This is the point P and we are putting up over here. So this was the point P and it meets the plane point at Q. R with the foot of perpendicular drawn from, okay, this is R. Now we have to find the length of, okay guys, believe me, I think this is one of the easiest question you could have done. I've been telling vector 3D is your ticket to good marks in JEE Advanced. It's a simple question. It's like a mains level question. In fact, these days mains comes lengthy calculation. It's not even as lengthy. You just simply take, you can just simply find out this question is just about finding out the points. That's it. Equate it. We can equate it to lambda. We can easily find out. So general point on the line will be 2 plus lambda minus 1 minus lambda and 3 plus lambda. We will just dump this value on the equation. So we'll get it as 4 plus 2 lambda minus 1 minus lambda minus 6. Minus lambda should be 6. We can simplify it further. If we take it on the other side, it will become 8 lambda. Okay, wait a second. Alright, so from here you can put the values, try to get the answer. Second, okay, why does it feel like the point P itself satisfies this? We have got a 2, that is 4 minus 1. Okay, no, it does not satisfy this. Okay, alright. Okay, so if we put the values, we can try to get the answer for this one. But wait a second, we have 1 minus 1 and 1. Okay, so it will be a 2 minus 1. Okay, alright. So wait a second. We are getting it to be in this form. We are getting the lambda cancelled out, so we have to see whether it's a tricky question or we did a calculation mistake. So let's have a quick look at it. We got this as the direction, so we got 1 minus 1 and 1. And if we try to see the normal, let us check whether they are perpendicular, the plane lies on this or not. So it will be, dot will come out to be 2 minus 1, that is plus 1, and a minus 2, so dot is not an issue. It will intersect. The point do not lies on the plane, that is also fine. We have got this as the line because we are drawing from the point this and this. So if we equate it to lambda, x will be 2 plus lambda, this will be minus 1 minus lambda, and this will be 3 plus lambda. So if we try substituting the values, we are going to get it as this will be 4 plus 2 lambda. We have minus 1 minus lambda, so it will be minus 1 minus lambda, and we have a minus 2z. Okay, I made a big mistake over here. It will be 2 lambda, so be wary of the calculations you do over there. Okay, anyhow, we can simplify it further, so we'll get it as minus lambda will come out to be as, we'll take this 12 minus this 8, it will go as 9. So minus lambda equal to 9, so lambda will be minus 9. Once we put the value, you can easily get the point. After that, it's pretty simple. All the options you can check: simple distance formula, simple length. And as for the length of like once we get the length of PR, which we can just find out using the distance between a point and a plane, it will form a right angle triangle. We can use Pythagoras theorem to get the length of QR as well. So this is how we could have done question number 5. Alright, so guys, I've told you we are not looking for the exact solution, we are doing the hints and the way to approach the paper. Alright, so moving on to question number 6. Question number 6 talks about n denotes the set of all natural numbers, integers. It is from natural number to integers, integers to natural number. Alright, so if we talk about the function f of x, now students, whenever you see a question, if we are having trouble going ahead with it, best is just put 1 or 2 values so that you become comfortable with the question. So let's say if I talk about what will be f of 1, f of 1 will come out to be as 2 by 2, that's 1. F of 2 will come out to be as again 2 by 2, that's 1. F of 3 will come out to be as 2. F of 5 will be in a similar fashion, will be 3. And if we talk about the even ones, that is f of 2, we already found out. F of 4 will be 0, and f of 6 will be minus 1, and so on and so forth. Now we have to talk about f of g, g of f, but before that we also have this. So it's from integers to natural number. So let us look quickly into g of 0. G of 0 will be 3. If I talk about g of 1, g of 1 will come out to be as 5. If we talk about g of 2, it will come out to be as 7. G of 3 will come out to be as 9. So we can see we are getting all the odd ones. If we talk about g of minus 1, that will be 2. Okay, it will start giving us even ones, that is g of minus 2 will be 4. So we are getting all the natural numbers, but we are not getting anything which will then give us a 1. So we are not getting a 1 out of here. Now we are talking about f of g, g of f. We have to see whether it's 1 to 1 on 2. Now this question becomes very easy if I put the value. See, f of 1 is 1, f of 2 is also 1. So as long as the inner function is f, it will not be 1 to 1. Why? Because it doesn't really matter. We are seeing that f of 1 is also 1, f of 2 is also 1. But the thing is, we have to see whether 1 comes over here or not, because it's like g of 1. So g of 1 will satisfy this because 1 is a part of domain. So anyhow, this will not be a 1 to 1 function. Then we can talk about ontos and into. Now for that we can clearly see g. If we talk about g, g never gives us a value 1. It will never give us a value 1. So alright, so no matter what we do, we are not never going to get a 1. So it will not match the natural numbers. Coming to the next one. Alright, so in a similar way we can check out for the others. Okay, so the good thing about f of g, in fact similar question have come earlier also if you have done the archive. So if I talk about the f of g of x, now g of x will never be 1. So I can get f of 2, but I am never going to get f of 1 in this case. So here I do not have to worry about the 1 to 1 which was creating an issue earlier. Alright, so pretty straightforward questions. Let's move on to this question number 7. So question number 7, I think this is a question which will be super easy in terms of coordinate system. You can just put the values. This will come out to be as mod of x minus 1 plus I times y minus 2. This is given as mod twice the mod of, we'll get it as x plus y minus 3i. Now if mods are equal, you can just equate the values. I can say that x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square, this should be 4 times x square plus y minus 3 whole square. Now we can clearly see it's going to form a circle. We can just expand it, get x square minus 2x plus 1 plus y square minus 4y plus 4 will be 4x square plus 4y square plus 36, and we are going to get a 6 and 24, that is minus 24y. Take it on one side, form the equation of circle, pretty straightforward. Why do I feel this question is significant? This paper is easier compared to the last year paper. So I hope all of you have attempted this question, because till this I will say that there is not a single difficult question. Yes, this would have been question which could have eaten up your time, but rest all I'll say falls on the easier side. In fact, all those of you who have attended our classes, you'll see it like more or less we have taken these kind of questions in class. Now we'll move on to the numericals. Next one is let set of all relation R, this R is reflexive and symmetric and contains 10 elements. We have S, you have to find number of elements. Okay. Now I have a total of 6 elements over here. So by default, just to ensure it's reflexive, I am done with 6 of those, that is A, B, B, and so on up to F, F. Now I have space left only for 4 possibilities, because it is given I should have only 10 elements. Now what else we can do? So if I want to try to write something in terms of R cross R, let's try to make this table for the possible ordered pairs. So let's say if I have terms like A, B, so on up to A, F. Similarly, B, A to F, A, and the diagonal elements. Now can I say that for it to be symmetric, it is similar as the questions we have done earlier about finding out number of symmetric relation. Let's remove the diagonal elements because they have taken the 6 spaces. I have 4 places left. That means I can just pick any 2 over here. By default, this counterpart will be picked up. So these are left out. So we'll have 6 into 6, 36. 6 are gone. So here I'll have 15 elements above diagonal, 15 below diagonal. In this 15, I just have to pick 2. That's it. I have 15 elements. I have to pick 2. That is the answer. Easy and simple. I cannot, it's pretty straightforward question. It's just similar to find out number of symmetric relations. Same idea. Not the same answer, but the same idea. Moving on to the next question. From 2 points M and N in the xy plane, let Mn denote the vector this, and 0 vector, 3 distinct points. Okay. Alright. We have been given a condition. Alright guys. I'll tell you, if these kind of question comes, best is to take some nicer values. Like what I will do is, let's assume that the S is at the origin, because it's just about a triangle, right? I can move the triangle anywhere, it doesn't matter. This is my point S. I will say that this is P, and we'll take a place somewhere Q and R. Now this way my question will become easier. Now what I can do is, I can split it everything in I and J. It will be easier for us to do. So let's say SP is along I cap, SQ and SR. Now these two will give me J components, which should cancel out because it will come out of these two. So I can take SQ as, let's say, minus I cap or minus IQ K cap plus maybe 6J cap. I'll take minus I cap minus 5J cap. So with this, when I add these two, I can ensure this will cancel out. I'll get a minus 11 I cap. So I can just take the points to be minus 11 comma 0. This point will be minus 1 comma 6, and I can take a minus 1 comma minus 5. I have all the coordinates ready with me without doing any issue with the we have not changed the question. We have maintained the generality of the question. So if I do this, it's pretty easy. I just have to look for the midpoints of PRQR. We have everything over here. It'll be easy to find out. I can clearly see the midpoint. Okay, it will be plus 11. So the midpoint will come out to be as 5 comma minus 5 by 2. And on the other side, it will come out to be as 5 comma 3. I think from here, this question is just a cakewalk, because we just have to find out the length of EF and ES. Alright, we'll move on to the next question. Let S be set of all 7-digit number formed by the digits 0, 1, 2. For example, this. Yes, so obviously first digit cannot be 0, otherwise a lower digit number. The number of elements in which at least 0 and 1 appears exactly twice. Okay, so we can make 0 appear exactly twice. Alright, so let's say 0 appear twice. Okay, so let us say if I have got a 1, like we have 1, 2 and 0 is coming exactly 2 times. Now if we talk about, we have total of 7 digit. So remaining 5 digits we have to fill with 1 or 2. Right? So 5 digits need to be filled by 1 or 2. And 2 digits need to be filled by zeros. Now except the first one, because 0 cannot come here. 0 can come anywhere. So what we can do is we can just pick 2 digits for 0 among these 6 that I can do in 6 2 ways, and then put up the zeros over there. Remaining I can put in with 1 and 2. So we can, because we have to do exactly, like the question is about exactly. So when we fill it with 1 and 2, we will not take any condition on 1, any condition on 2. It might be possible 1 is also coming twice, but that will be taken care in the common intersection later on. So alright, so we can see, let's say these 2 places are coming with 0. Now for the remaining ones, we have two options for each of the cases. So I have 2 options over here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Alright, because they can fill with any number of 1 and 2s. In a similar way, we can do for 1s. So what we can do is we can do exactly 2 zeros plus we'll do exactly 2 1s, and then we'll subtract the case when we have exactly both 2 zeros and 2 1s, because we have to subtract the common intersection. So in that case, for zeros and 1, we have to pick 2 places for zeros. For 1, we can pick the first digit also. So first I can place 0, we have to pick 6C2 for the zeros. But for the 1, we can pick up from the remaining 5, that will be 5C2. Rest all need to be filled by 2. Like 2 means not 2 options, but the digit 2. So this is also a straightforward question. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, this looks like a Newton-Leibniz, because it's a simple L'Hopital. If we differentiate it first, denominator will be 3x square. If I use the simple L'Hopital, it will be alpha by 2 1 upon 1 minus x square plus beta cos x minus beta x sin x. This value is 2. Okay, from over here I think you can directly go ahead, maybe either with the series expansion or yeah, so we can either go with series expansion, because next again doing L'Hopital will be quite lengthy. Maybe I can just say that here second degree term is contributing to the answer. Here also second degree term will contribute to the answer. Anything beyond it will not contribute to the answer. Now how to take care of the second degree term? 1 upon 1 minus x square is a simple GP. I can write it as alpha by 2 for an infinite GP. First term, this common ratio r is equal to x square. This is what we are going to get. So I can rewrite it as 1 plus x square plus x power 4 and so on and so forth. Plus beta times cos x series expansion will come out to be in the form of 1 minus x square by 2. I'm not writing higher degree term because they will become eventually 0. Denominator is a square. We'll get minus beta x sin x will be just x. It will not be x, guys. Again, the cubic term and fifth degree term I am neglecting because it will not contribute to the answer. So this value, because in denominator I've got extra 3, so I'll equate this to 6, or basically 6x square. So we'll get it as alpha by 2, which will be the coefficient of x square over here. It will be over here as minus beta by 2 minus beta. This value should be 6, and constant terms should vanish, so this and this should vanish. So basically alpha by 2 plus beta is 0. I think guys, 2 equation 2 variables, something you have learned in grade 10. I think beyond this is very simple to do. Let's move on to the next one. Let R denote set of all values of real number. R2 are this. Okay, looking at this I can directly say it should be a power x. Form, now they are in AP. Let's follow this thing. So I'll get a to the power, let's say first term is p, common difference is d. So 30d should be 64 into a to the power p plus 24d. So I'll get it as a to the power 6d should be 64. So I can clearly see that a will be 2, d will be 1. I think guys, that's it. It solved the question. Because this will be a GP, that's it. We know D is 1, A is 2, so it will be just like terms will be like, it will be a GP something of this form, that is 2, 4, 8, 16 and so on. So that is what we will get because they are in AP, so F times of that will make it in this form. I think from here this question is pretty straightforward. Let's see the 13th one. We have dy by dx. So if I write down the equation, I'm getting dy by dx equal to sine of x whole square into y. So I'll get it as ln y equal to integral of sine square x dx. I can just write it sine square x in terms of 1 minus cos 2x by 2. Okay. 1 minus cos 2x by 2. We have to integrate this, so I'll get it as half x minus sine x sine 2x by 4 plus c. In a similar way, I think we can simplify this. Again, straightforward, it will be just 1 plus cos 2x by 2. The last one will be ln y will be equal to integral of 2 by x cube with the minus sign, okay, to the plus sign, minus 1. Guys, okay, this looks like pretty straightforward question. All three functions are easy. It's just about limit. It will be contributing. Again, we just have to see the second degree term. Okay, so this also looks pretty straightforward, doable question. We have got statistics question this time. So let's go through this question. Suppose sum of frequencies is 19, median is this. Frequency distribution, median frequency distribution 6. This denotes alpha and beta, the deviation, mean deviation, variance. Okay guys, I think it's a straightforward question. The sum of frequencies is 19. And what we have got over here, is 5 and 2, that's 7, 8, 9, 12. So F1 plus F2 is 7, that is the first one. Now median is given as 6. Alright, so if we try to write down the values, we have to rearrange in increasing order. It will be 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12. We have how many over here? At 4 we have got 5 frequencies. At 5 we have got F1. At 6 we have 1. At 8 we have F2. At 9 we have got 2. At 11 we have got 3. And at 12 we have got 1. Total we know 19. If we talk about the midpoint of 19, that means because before that 9, after that 9, it will be the 10th one. So 10th one should be this one. So before that there should be 9. F1 is 4. Guys, I think statistics question that easy. This time maths paper have come significantly easier. We are not sure about the other ones, but maths have come significantly easier. I hope all of you have done really well, because the cutoffs and I think will go slightly higher this time. Okay, so we know f1 is 4, f2 equal to 3, nothing to solve over here. Option P can be easily find out. It will be alright, so we'll get it as 21 plus 4 into this, that is 28, that will be 49. Wait a second, what we are doing it, okay, it will be 27. So we'll get it as 27 plus 28, okay, that will make it as 55, that is fifth option. We've got 3. Okay guys, then again, in these kind of question, always eliminate. You can see these are matching, after that they will also match, so you can just check for the option S and Q, no need to do R. Check for option S and Q. From here it's just about finding out variance and standard deviation, which is pretty straightforward. So I think questions this time looks similar to JEE mains. The good part is you have to do only 16 question, not like 25 in JEE mains. Okay, all right, so moving ahead, okay, if we talk about this one also looks, okay, so in this is given that minimum value of the function for which it's continuous. Guys, so to find its continuity, just check the maximum and minimum value, dividing by n, the greatest integer should give us the same values. That's it. So let us check it out. Talking about 1 and 2, at first let's check its whether it's increasing or decreasing. Derivative will come out to be as 30x square minus 90x plus 60. So between 1 and 2 we have to see whether there will be a root or not. I can take 30 common, it will be x square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0, so it will be x minus 2 into x minus 1. So between 1 and 2 there are no roots, so it will be same type of function, like or you can say derivative, our roots are having a 2 and 1, so it will be a decreasing function in between. So let's put the value at 1. At 1 it will come out to be as 10 minus 45 plus 60 plus 35. Okay, this will be minus 10, this is gone, 60 by n, greatest integer. Let's check it out at 2. At 2 it will be 80 minus 180 plus 120 plus 35. This is gone, 55 by n. Alright, so both the values should give us the same integer. That means when I divide this entire thing with n, I should get the same value, or there should not be any jump in the integer. So we can easily check that out. Alright, that is done. Now minimum value of this is, it should be increasing function. The variable over here is x cube plus 3x. So it will be 3x square plus 3. It's always increasing. Okay, we just have to ensure that this is positive. Now this will be positive, means 2n square minus 13n minus 15 should be greater than 0. So we'll get it as 2n square minus or plus 2n square plus 2n minus 15 and minus 15 should be greater than 0. So we'll get it as 2n minus 15 into n plus 1 should be greater than 0. The roots are coming out to be minus 1 and 7 by 15 by 2. That is 7.5. 7, 8. Okay guys, so I think with this we'll get it as 8. This is 1. Okay guys, you can just simply double down, like find out P, find out Q. Do not waste your time on RNS, not required. Not required. We can clearly see Q is 1, like 8. Then you can just check whether it will be 2 or 5. 2 or 5 is 10. We just have to see that both of them give me same integer. So that's it, greatest integer in this case. Like if I do 55 by 9, 55 by 9 will give me a greatest integer of 6. This will also give a 6. 9 matches with 10, it will not work. So that's it, direct answer guys. Let's look forward to this one. So okay, in this one we have to check all these values. So we know the value of w, uv, all this is given. I can just take we have u cross v, v cross w. So if we take its cross with V, that is if I do V cross U cross V, we know it will be V cross W. So it will come out to be as mod of V square U minus V dot U times V. This will be U. So from here we can say that these two should be perpendicular. This is gone 0, and mod of V square should be 1, which should be 1. We got one of the option. Okay guys, from again over here, I think it's you can just do dot and cross, easy to out, easy matrix match guys. Okay, so that's paper 1. I'll try to do paper 2 as well. It's a little late now. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to finish or not. So guys, this is for the paper 1. I hope you are clear with the analysis. If I have to put it down, I'll say that okay, this question might have taken a little bit time. This is easy to do with sets, pretty easy standard question, might take some time. Standard question like mains level question, then again mains level question, pretty easy, very basic coordinate and complex. Basic PNC, this thing you might have done in sets itself whenever you learn reflexive and symmetric, if you know how to find this out. Easy if you take the values. Basic PNC, basic Newton-Leibniz, again mains level, very easy differential equations. Statistics is always free marks. Matrix maths are easy because you can just solve any two, you need not to solve the remaining. So here you could have solved these two, you'll get the answer. Next matrix match also just solve any to get the answer. So out of this 16 question guys, I'll say that maybe 2 questions would have been time consuming. So this time maths came easy for anyone looking for good score. You should have done at least 14 questions in maths this time in paper 1. So moving on, next we'll see paper 2 and what will be the best thing in paper 2. Let's have a look at it.